At this time, please rise if you are able, silence your cell phones, and honor our students as they proceed on the track to take their seats. After the graduates have entered, please remain standing for the national anthem performed by our Adams Friendship High School choir under the direction of Mr. Brad Randall. be seated. Welcome, parents, family members, guests, district staff members, District Administrator Tom Wormuth, and the Board of Education, and of course the students, the class of 2022. I'm Kevin Moore, principal of Adams Friendship High School. Students, you made it. Your high school journey was probably not what you expected it to be. None of us could have pictured what your time at AFHS was going to look like. What was a traditional experience during your freshman year was changed pretty drastically in your sophomore year. Over the past 3 years, we have talked about how COVID has affected your high school years. There were plenty of negative impacts that it had. Most importantly were the lives that were affected by the illness and or the loved ones and friends who lost their lives. Other negative impacts for the students included things like missing the entire spring of your sophomore year, although I don't know if you missed it, or getting used to 3 different schedules over the course of 4 years, or quarantines, sometimes full class quarantines, and the ominous knock from Mr. Storman as he went to tell class they had to go home for 14 days. Last year, you had to wear masks in school and at other events. You had to sit at lunch with a big plastic shield between you and no more than 3 other friends. And the commons this year have been much noisier, thankfully, because we were able to remove the plastic. However, as with anything in life, when something negative happens, there's usually some positive things as well. And there were positive impacts from the pandemic. The biggest that I've mentioned before is that it forced you to adapt to change and to learn in different ways. This will help you prepare you for many ways to learn in your future, because change will happen. As they say, it's inevitable. Thanks to the changes that challenged you, you'll be more ready for new challenges, new problems that you may encounter, whether in college, careers, or the military. You can use the skills that were learned to help you adapt to changes in new situations. Author C.S. Lewis, from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, said, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." That quote symbolizes where you are today, ready to write the next chapter in your life. We can't change the choices that were made before or the opportunities that were taken or missed. We also don't know what will happen in your future, but that's the best part. You get to be the author. Use the experiences, what you've learned, the people you've met, and the experiences, all the experiences you've had in high school, to write the best next chapter of your book. You all have the ability to do great things, and I look forward to seeing what the chapters of life become for you. Before I introduce the next speaker, there are always many people behind the scenes that are crucial in helping to put together an event like this. I want to thank Shanna Cote, Senior Class Lead Advisor, and our office and custodial staff for all their help in preparing for this ceremony. I also want to thank our counselors, teachers, and all our district staff members for their efforts in educating this group of students. One final thank you goes out to Bob Goodhue. If you haven't heard, Mr. Goodhue is retiring this summer. Not really sure that we understand all the work that Bob does behind the scenes of every building and every event, but I want to take an opportunity to thank him for his 40-plus years of service to this district and for serving the staff and students so well. I will certainly miss the support he provides to all of us. Please join me in thanking Mr. Goodhue. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Tom Wormuth, District Administrator, to share some words of wisdom with the seniors and guests.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Graduates, you're going to get a lot of recognition over the next few weeks. But first, we need to take a few minutes and recognize others. It's Memorial Day weekend, so I'd like to observe a brief moment of silence to recognize those individuals who have given all in service of our country. Just one moment, please. Thank you. I'd also like to ask that all veteran or active duty military personnel, including members of the graduating class who are entering the military, to please stand up if they are able and be recognized for their service. Veterans, active duty military. your service. I'd like to ask all current and former employees of the Adams Friendship Area School District to please stand up and be recognized. I'd like to ask that everyone recognize our staff persons for helping these individuals graduate today. Thank you for your service to our students. And I know Mr. Goodhue was recognized by Mr. Moore, but I want to recognize Mr. Goodhue again. I don't know where Bob is right now, behind us. Mr. Goodhue has spent 46 years dedicating his life to the Adams Friendship Area School District, which is a rare, rare thing. So again, Mr. Goodhue, thank you for your service. This is the 10th graduation speech I've given in my life. I gave the first one when I graduated from high school 42 years ago. I can see people thinking 42, 1980, 18. I'll help you with the math. The number you're looking for is 60. And what I've found over the years is that graduation speeches are judged on two criteria. The first is they have to say something important, something meaningful. Graduation speeches have to impart some wisdom to the graduating class. The second is brevity. There is nothing good about a lengthy graduation speech, so I'll try to be successful on both counts. The first point I want to make today, and I'm going to make two, is probably one of the first words you heard when you entered kindergarten. Be kind. That's it. Be kind. You can disagree, argue with people, have philosophical disagreements, and be okay, and be kind. Be kind to each other. Try to listen to the views of others in a kind way. Be respectful of others. America is often described as a melting pot, and it's really not a melting pot, it's more of a salad. So think about adding more and more to your salad over the next years of your life. But most of all, be kind. The second point is for you as a group. You're entering adulthood when society is more polarized than ever. We are polarized across social, economic, and political lines. I've watched you collectively over the last 3 years. You all come from different places and different backgrounds, but you all get along really well. We need that as a society right now. You are entering adulthood at a point in time when we are going to need you to model how to get along, how to build and repair bridges that have been fractured in society. We're going to need your generation to help model for people in my generation. We're going to need your help. So 2 points. First, continue to be kind. In my experience, people gain nothing by not being kind. Second, society is going to need your help to build and repair bridges. We're going to need you to help lead the way. Congratulations to all of you. Well done. Take care of yourselves. Go and do well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wormuth. I would like to introduce Audra Gallick, Valedictorian of the class of 2022.
Hi, my name is Audra Gallick, and for those of you who know me, you know that this speech was one of the hardest things I've ever had to write. First off, I would like to thank all of the parents and the teachers that have supported us through our journey. Graduating would not have been possible without them. It's hard to believe, but 12 years ago we walked into the elementary school for the first time. This is when the most we had to worry about was what color we would have to write our name in, or how deep we could dig a hole in the sandbox before the janitors would fill it in. Then we became second graders. On the first day of school, there was a huge storm that took the power out, and we sat in our cubbies in the hallway while Miss Hover read to us. As fourth graders, some of us experienced the rash, and we had to go to have class in the dance studio at the middle school. We all wanted time to go by so fast so we could be big fifth graders. because we thought that they were so grown up. That was the year we had the kickball tournament, and we all got so sunburnt we could barely move the next day. We had many great teachers in elementary school, but the one that stands out to me the most is Mr. Pilsel. We not only had him in 5th grade, but also as in 8th grade. Even though he is not here on earth, his memory will forever be with us. We all look forward to middle school because it made us feel like big kids. But then we didn't realize that middle school would mean spending quality time on the 3rd floor of the middle school with no air conditioning. In the spring and fall. We lost friends and made new ones at the same time. We all hit our awkward stages. Something we will all remember is the trips we took with Mr. Curlis and band. We got to play at the pep band at UW Eau Claire and at the Kalahari and then go to the water park. As freshmen, we had lots of firsts. Things like our first homecoming, first spirit week. Many of us tried new things, like different sports or new challenging classes. That year, we had to learn to work together to make the float and choreograph lip syncs. In sophomore year, the boys broke the school record for the fastest spirit week pyramid. Many of us learned to drive, which gave us more freedom, until COVID turned our world upside down. We then got a feeling for what homeschooling is like. Junior year, we had to relearn what it was like to go to school in person, only this time with masks, dividers, and quarantines. On top of that, we had to survive taking our ACTs. Then comes the year of last homecoming, last prom, last games, last practices, last math test. The last times we will walk into the same building and see each other every day. Together we've all managed to Google and Quizlet the answers to get through classes. We've made friends and lost some too. Together we've had many achievements. We've had regional champs, state qualifiers, and medalists. Many student leaders in FFA, band, and choir, and the musicals. In honor of these achievements, our class would like to donate money to the Adams Friendship Snack Pack program to help fight hunger in our community. For some of us, graduation just feels like the next step in our lives, like turning a page in a book. For others, it feels more like the end of the book, or the end of a chapter. But today, for the first time in our lives, we all get to take a different path. Some of us will go 1,000,000 miles away. Others will stay close to home. Some of us will go to college, some of us into the military, some into the workforce. And some of us are still trying to figure things out, and that's okay. For a lot of us, this is our biggest accomplishment yet. But we all know that bigger accomplishments are yet to come. We've all had a different high school experience, but we all have in common is that we did it. We will forever be bonded as graduates of the Adams Friendship Class of 2022.
All right, please welcome Kyle Wiseman, Senior Class President, to the stage.
Hello everyone, my name is Kyle Wiseman and I am the elected class president of the 2022 class. I was prepared for this position and ready to take full responsibility to resolve problems or issues within the student body and represent my class. I was ready to make changes and promote the consensus of my class on the important matters that were pertinent to the 2022 class. However, I was faced with many adversities to fulfill this role or develop my leadership skills. It is my hope in the future that this position is granted the ability to fulfill the role with matters that are pertinent and allowed to bring forth suggestions and solutions without the bureaucracy of the school district.
Senior choir students, please rejoin your peers on the risers for a final performance as a member of the AFHS choir directed by Mr. Red.
brother for keeping me sane.
I want to thank Miss Kay for having to put up with my craziness. You're the best.
I want to thank Smith Matson for all your love and support and use it to brighten our day.
I want to thank all my friends for their support.
Thank you, Mrs. Sage, for helping me graduate.
Thank you, Bud Peace, for giving me your Hulu account.
There's a place where you don't have to feel alone. And every time that you call out, you're a little less alone.
If you only say the words
From across the silence, your voice is heard.
someone will come running. Someone will come running. Someone will come running. Someone will come running to take you home.
Take you home, take you home, even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. Out of the shadows, the morning is breaking, and all is new. All is new. It's filling up the empty. Suddenly I see that all is new. All is new. You were not alone. 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 You were not. You were not alone. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. 'Cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. Even when the dark comes crashing through, you will be found. When you need someone to carry you, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
Nice job, choir members. At this time, I'd like to invite Charlie Beaver to the stage for the salutatorian address for the class of 2022.
Oh my gosh, everyone did so good so far. But the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Earlier this week, when I was telling my family this saying, Lindy asked, "What's the worm gonna do with the cheese?" And we all laughed and explained the saying. But she brought up an interesting point. Although the bird and the mouse got what they wanted, their goals and success looked very different.
I think that's a lot like our graduating class. We have different dreams and paths that we are going to take to find our own success, and I am beyond excited for all of us to make our mark on the world. I know that we will do amazing things with our lives, no matter where the future takes us. Congratulations, class of 2022. For me, it's still sinking in that we're all graduating and won't see each other every day anymore, like we have forever. And while I'm absolutely ecstatic to be graduating and starting my future in the world, I'm really going to miss all of the wonderful people that got me where I am today. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our families, friends, coaches, our community, and Quizlet. Thank you for all of your support and all that you have invested in this class of 2022. You have helped us become who we are today and prepared us for all that life will throw our way. And we don't say it enough, but we appreciate all of you and your efforts more than you know. We've all been through so much together. An extra long spring break sophomore year, a lot of firsts, and a lot of laughs. We went from learning how to tie our shoes and write our name to walking across the stage into our new lives. It took a lot of determination and perseverance to make it where we are today, and we will carry the skills and lessons we learned at AFHS with us as we venture into our next chapter.
At this time, senior band members, please join the AFHS band for one last performance as a member of the AFHS concert band directed by Ms. Seleskar. I would now like to introduce Mr. Ben Pease. Mr. Pease is one of our special education teachers, coaches, and senior prom advisor for this class. He was selected by the class to speak and share his thoughts as the class of 2022 commencement speaker.
Class of 2022, congratulations, you made it. But first, I want you guys to take a second and look around at your fellow classmates. These are the people that you've gone to school with for 13 plus years, shared many activities, and have played a big role, whether you know it or not, in shaping who you have become and who you are going to be. This is the last time you guys will all be together, ever again. Enjoy today. Take tons of pictures with everybody, because after today, or this summer, everyone for the first time starts to go in their own direction. And often, there are promises to stay in touch and to make time to see each other. You will find out that those things become harder and harder. Enjoy this last summer with your friends. I like to think of it as like a magical time. Adulthood on the horizon, big decisions being made or about to be made. But you have this 3-month gap before all that starts. Because after this summer, everything starts to change in a great way, but it does change. And those people you have been used to seeing every day won't be around. So enjoy this time while you have it, before the real world comes calling. Alright, I know that was similar to last year, but I still feel it's great advice. I promise this won't be long because I used all my really good advice last year. And if I talk too long this year, we'll definitely start to get into bad advice. I have 10 pieces of advice. Don't worry, think more bullet points than paragraphs. 1. Travel and spend money on experiences. Don't just spend your money accumulating possessions. You won't remember what phone you owned in high school, what clothes you wore, or the things of material nature. You will remember that fun bus ride home from a game, going on a road trip with all your friends, skydiving, or any other experience that you would like to do. I can say from experience it's nice to have things, but the things I remember most vividly are not the things from my life, but the experiences that I've had in my life. 2. Spend time with your loved ones. You've already spent most of the time that you'll ever spend with those loved ones. Sorry parents, it's true. You know your life is about to get busier and you're not going to see them as much. Don't let that change how important, influential, and special they have been in your life and will continue to be. Your parents will always want to see you, and this is going to be hard on them. So don't spend the whole weekend with your friends when you come home to visit. Don't miss holidays. Make special plans to be able to see them when you can. In the short term, they will appreciate it. In the long term, you will. 3. Don't wait. We live life as though we think we'll always be here. We put things off we say that we want to do. As you get older, this happens more and more. We put off going on a trip of a lifetime you planned with friends, learning a language, or whatever you have really wanted to do, but haven't yet. One conscious habit that people cultivate is to have a bias towards action. Make a list of things you most want to do, and then be impatient about doing it. Don't talk about it, be about it. 4. Follow your dreams. This might sound cliche, hence why it's in the middle. But doing what you truly want is one of the most powerful driving forces in life. Life is too short to live someone else's life and be bitter later. Be bold and take risks. Start that business. Quit the job you hate. Tell the person you love them. There's no substitute for experience. 5. Chase fulfillment, not success. There's no bigger failure than a successful person who's not happy. Happiness should not be contingent upon success. Happiness is an eternal choice that drives fulfillment, irrespective of success or failure. Fulfillment is a state of being. Success is merely an outcome. Don't forget that. 6. Remind yourself that you'll die. Yeah. Steve Jobs once said that mortality was the greatest tool that he ever used to make big choices in life. Remembering that you'll die one day is a refreshing way of filtering out the non-important things in life. When we remind ourselves our time here is limited, the things that are most important are easier to see. Reminders of mortality will make you open to experience. 7. Be kind. I know that sounds like the simplest thing, and Dr. Tom read my speech before I did it, I swear. But I think it's something we've lost as a society. Being kind is about the easiest thing you can do. Be courteous, listen, understand. You never know what person you're talking to might be going through, and you never know what kind of impact you can make on that person. You choose how you impact people, whether that be in a positive or negative way. Always be kind. 8. Don't regret. Life is forgiving. Don't live in anguish regretting your past actions or inactions. Every new week is like an empty page that you get to write a new story on. Move on from yesterday and look forward to tomorrow. The people that love you and are important in your life will always understand and be forgiving. So strive to be the best version of yourself. And when you fall short or you make a mistake, don't regret. Learn the lesson or change whatever part of yourself you need to, but don't regret. Nothing good comes from it. The good comes from growing from that. 9. Hold on to your strong opinions loosely. Believe strongly in your beliefs, your way of doing things, what your sense of right and wrong is. But don't hold on so tight to those beliefs that you ignore evidence that there's a better way to do something, or that something that you once believed in to be true might not be. And always examine what you believe in, and don't be afraid to change course when you find a better way. Believe something different or change your opinion. We are supposed to keep growing as people, and it can be really easy to stay stuck in what we believe or how you've always done something, even when there is evidence right in front of us saying something different is better. 10. Be yourself. I know you've heard this growing up in school forever, but in a world that is asking people to conform, don't. Be weird, be you, and don't worry about what other people think, because they're going to think something no matter what you do. So be you, because the people in your life that care about you love the real you and always will. Continue to be the individual that you are, and not what everyone else might want you to be. In closing, class of 2022, you're the first class I've seen go all 4 years here. The memories I have of this class will stick with me forever. The huge Algebra 1 class with Miss Heyer had me thinking, what did I get myself into, Caleb Schmidt? Lunch and crocheting with Bridget McClyman and Kelty Roches. Mask breaks, except in Norton's class. Taking guesses at whose poem Norton will take first in the little theater for Algebra 2. Trying to figure out how to make clouds. And watching Abe go from barely touching the net to putting Coach O on a poster in practice. Yeah, that happened. And Haley Marini, we'll have to figure out a payment plan for all those advisory donuts. Sorry you got stuck with Blakely. The class has given me so many memories that I will treasure forever. For that I say thank you for always allowing me to look back on this class fondly. I wish you guys luck and remind you that there are a bunch of teachers who want to hear all the great things that you are going to do after you leave here. Or if you happen to need some advice, I would probably recommend someone other than myself for the advice. Good luck, class of 2022. You will be missed.
Adams Friendship Board of Education members and Dr. Wormuth, I certify that all these graduates have completed the requirements set forth by the state of Wisconsin and the Adams Friendship School District. Students, we're ready to present diplomas. I would like to introduce Mr. Marty Klisch, who was selected to read the names of our students as they received their diplomas. Also, Board of Education members James Bays and Justin Allard, who will be presenting diplomas today.
Class of 2022, Audra Mary Golick. Carly M. Beaver. Sabrina Albiger. Leona Lee Allen Harmeyer. Skylar Allen. Anthony Michael Amell. Lindsay Ann Arnold. Brian Alexander Baker Jr. Ryan M. Banovic. Angelina Faith Batigi. Matthias Batista. Emma Jean Bedwell. Josh Bitsky. Devin James Bader. Justin Donald Bricko Jr. Damian Jarrell Caldwell. Amaya May Cantrell. Gianna Marie Catalano. Abraham